Growing up, basketball was everything to me. The game continues to teach me what to do as much as what not to do. What stays with me isn't the state championship, the torn ACL that changed my plans, or playing professionally all over the world. What stays with me is catching an elbow to the face and keeping cool, picking myself off the floor, being down but not out. The reps and the reps and the reps. Realizing there are no second chances at the game-winning shot. You have to earn opportunity just to get the chance to put in more hours to make opportunity a reality. Ask yourself, how can you contribute when the ball isn't in your hands? And there are no second chances at the game-winning shot. Sportsmanship is about humility and ambition in balance. Working hard doesn't guarantee victory, but the rewards are endless. Live with these ideas in your heart, and basketball can be more than just a game. Ask yourself, where can this game take you?
Hello, I'm John Doherty, Northwest Indiana Sportsmanship Committee Chairman. Thank you for joining us. I'm coming to you from the Hammond Civic Center in Hammond, Indiana, where in 1954, an unfortunate incident during the boys' sectional basketball tournament provided the inspiration for starting this tradition a year later. Since then, we have gathered annually in person for a dinner to celebrate the brotherhood of basketball in Northwest Indiana, until 2021, where I can honestly say that in our 67 years of hosting this event, we have never had a year quite like this. But we push ahead. When the dinner began, the committee's concept was simple: get the players together to break bread before they faced off on the court. Our hope was to instill a sense of sportsmanship and fair play during competition. Tonight, we do that for the first time, and hopefully only time, virtually. We're here to celebrate our tradition and today's young athletes and leaders who continue its proud legacy. Throughout this presentation, we will be announcing the finalists for our annual Leadership Scholarship Award. The award and scholarship of $1,000 is presented to the high school senior who best exemplifies leadership, strong academics, and athletic ability. Consideration is given to school activities, community involvement, and positive character traits. Let's take a look at our first nominee.
Our first athlete was nominated by Highland Trojans coach Jordan Heckard. Coach Heckard says of Gonzalez, he is an excellent sportsman on the court and is a leader in our school and community. Matt volunteers countless hours with GFCC Ministry Food Pantry, Suicide Prevention Walk, as well as NWI Special Olympics. He is president of Highland High School's Key Club and VP of Scholarship for National Honor Society. Matt averages 6.8 points per game and is 43% from three-point range. Coach Heckard continues, Matt's character shines in everything that he does, whether it's in athletics or in everyday life. Matt Gonzalez plans to pursue a chemical engineering degree after high school.
In the heat of sectional competition is when a high school athlete is put to the test. An errant elbow or scramble for the ball, coupled with the thought of elimination, can make any athlete feel like everything is riding on the line. The leaders are the players that walk the line between competitiveness and sportsmanship with grace and dignity.
The Sportsmanship Award is presented to seniors in schools that conduct themselves in an honorable way during sectionals. Committee members go to each sectional and use a scoring sheet with specific metrics, and they rate the players, coaches, and their fans.
For example, helping up an opposing player from the floor boosts a team score, while getting a technical foul lowers it. Each school gets a plaque and $2,000 in scholarship money for the school to award to selected seniors.
The 2020 school sportsmanship winners are MERRILLVILLE in the East Chicago sectional, Valparaiso in the Valparaiso sectional, Hammond High in the Hammond Civic Center sectional, Hanover Central in the Hanover Central sectional, Gary Roosevelt in the Bowman Academy sectional. Congratulations to the 2020 school sportsmanship winners. Our second athlete was nominated by Crown Point coach Clint Swan. Swan states, "Jake has taken total ownership of our program and our ideals and has made the other players live by them. It's not fake, it's genuine." Whether it's his academics, athletics, or how he serves his community, Jake's mindset is executing the task to the highest standard. He has a maturity well beyond his years, and that maturity has made him such a joy to coach. Oostman averages 9.5 rebounds per game. Coach Swan continues, "Jake's leadership ability is astounding. He is one of the most dependable people I've ever been around." The NWI Sportsmanship Committee is proud to recognize Jacob Oostman.
We are the Civic Warriors from Hammond, Indiana. Crown Point Bulldogs.
We are the Calumet Warriors from Calumet Township.
We are Jefferson High School. We are the Westside Cougars. 1, 2, 3. This is Hanover Central from Cedar Lake, Indiana. We are Highland. We are Hanover Yankees. We're the Hammond High Sectional 18. Lake Station Fighting Eagles. We are Bull High School. MERRILLVILLE Pirates. We are the Monster Mustangs. He goes on 3, family on 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Valparaiso, Vikings. Wheeler High School, Valparaiso, Indiana. White, Indiana, White Rollers.
The IHSAA sanctions tournaments for 22 sports that include more than 160,000 student athletes. The scope of their responsibilities is immense, but their core values have always been the same. Keep athletes healthy and growing throughout the formative years of high school.
IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig took on his role in the middle of the COVID pandemic. Despite unprecedented challenges, he and his team have continued the IHSAA's role to promote competition and sportsmanship as a healthy part of young people's lives.
Good evening, folks, and it's certainly my pleasure to be here with you tonight. What a great event. The Northwest Indiana Sportsmanship Banquet has been a staple in your community for many years, and great people put it on, and they celebrate what's special about high school athletics, and it's my pleasure to be with you here tonight. But you know, this has been an interesting year, to say the least, but the bottom line is we're playing. We've been able to play, and we're going to continue to play. In just a few short weeks, we're going to celebrate our state tournament. So the first thing I want to ask you to do is take a message back to your schools tomorrow for me, and make sure that you tell somebody thank you that was able to go above and beyond so you could play high school basketball this year. You could put that jersey on that had your school's name on it. And don't forget anybody. You need to talk to the bus driver and the person who serves your lunch and the hall monitor and your principal and your superintendent and your teachers, because everybody is sacrificed not only to go to school, but to be able to participate in extracurricular activities and play a game. that we all love. And a thank you is certainly warranted in this situation. Being a high school athlete is such an integral part of the experience, and the lessons that can be learned are invaluable, and they will carry with you for the rest of your life. You know, I think back to my time when I had the uniform on of a North Posey Viking many years ago, and the lessons that my coach taught me, the lessons that I learned of being a teammate, have carried me through the rest of my life. And I would tell you today that I do not sit in this seat today as commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association if I did not have the experience of being a teammate, being on a team, the lessons that a coach told me, holding me accountable, making sure that I acted in appropriate ways. I don't get to do this today if those lessons didn't carry me through the rest of my life. And coaches, thank you for teaching those lessons to our student athletes, and we know how special you are and why that's the other part of the game. It's not about putting the ball in the hole all the time. It's about the lessons that we learn. Soon the memories of the 30-point games will fade. They'll move off to a distant memories. You'll have to read the newspaper article to see how you did in that game. But your relationship with your teammates, the words of your coach, will never leave you along the way. The other thing I'd like to say, folks, is we're right around the corner from a good spot. You know, we've been able to play this year. It's so important, and we asked the question many times, or I've been asked many times, why did you play this year? And I have to look no further than you as a student athlete, and having the ability to put your jersey on that has your school name on it is the only reason we need to say, yeah, we had to do this. And we've been able to pull that off to this point. We all had that opportunity. I had that opportunity. Your coaches had that opportunity. They understand the importance of this short period of time that you have as a student athlete to wear that uniform. So with that said, folks, let's finish strong. Let's finish the best that we can. Let's make sure we take a moment and really think about what we've been able to accomplish, enjoy the moment, and have fun. And soon we'll be talking about this period of time with a couple short words in the beginning, and we'll be able to use the words remember when as we talk about this year dealing with the pandemic, but continue to play high school basketball in the state of Indiana. Thank you very much.
The KV Cougars are proud to nominate Eli Carden. Coach Bill Shepard said of Carden, leadership, sportsmanship, academic achievement, and athletic achievement. Eli sets the bar high in all of those categories. He is not a leader that has to cause a racket to get people to notice. It is the way Eli communicates and carries himself. He is a high-level student and a first-class, high-character young man. When he says something, you can take it to the bank. Eli is playing all-around great basketball at point guard. He is one of the mentally strongest players I have ever coached. His honesty and genuine personality make him a leader in the halls of school as well. Eli Carden plans on playing football after high school.
Our keynote speaker brings the enthusiasm of a fan and knowledge of a veteran coach to his commentary. Just as many players spend hours at the free throw line or replaying a game-winning shot scenario in their head, today's speaker did the same with sportcasting. In his 13th season as the radio voice of the Chicago Bulls and 23rd season as part of the NBA, his love of the game keeps fans dialing in.
As a fellow broadcaster, I admire the energy he brings to his coverage of a demanding NBA schedule. As our keynote speaker, we feel he brings a unique perspective on sportsmanship, competition, and leadership on and off the court. The NWI Sportsmanship Committee is proud to present the 2021 keynote speaker and Chicago Bulls radio play-by-play announcer, Chuck Swirsky.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Obviously, in these unbelievable times, I wish I were with you, but virtually, thank you very much for the invitation. It's an honor and it's a privilege to be addressing all of you and the young men, not only of today as you march on for your journeys for tomorrow, but I want to salute you. I want to congratulate you, not only yourselves, but also your parents, your family members, your extended loved ones that are a part of our evening tonight. It means so very much to represent not only my family name, the Swirsky family, but also the Chicago Bulls. When I was asked to speak to you, someone said, all right, how about teamwork? Let's talk about teamwork. And I bet you if I asked each and every one of you to define teamwork, I might get a lot of variations. Some may say, well, someone who's very supportive, and that's true. Someone may say, well, you know what, he buys in. That's true as well. Some people will say he's a good guy. That's true as well. Let's talk about this for a moment. And let's talk a little about the pandemic and what we're going on and how you can be a better teammate. Because, see, being a better teammate isn't just about the X's and O's of a high school basketball game or a pickup game or a summer league game. It's more than that. It's about what you're doing to lay an indelible mark in your family, at the home, and also at your school, and also with your teammates. And I want to talk about that for a moment. You see, teammate and teamwork to me is about manners. It's about politeness. It's about little things. Thank you. You're welcome. Please. It's about opening a door for a woman to allow them to go before you. It's about when you pick up the check, you say, thank you very much for your service to the person assisting you at the table. That, to me, is teamwork. It's about politeness. It's about manners. It's about respecting people. And so when we break this down, and I've been doing basketball forever, and in fact, it was actually a high school basketball coach and his son, who was a year behind me in school, that really helped me understand what teamwork is all about. I'm going to share a quick story with you. So I'm in elementary school, and my father dies suddenly. And my best friend was a year behind me in school. His dad was the high school basketball coach at the local neighborhood. And so his father basically took me in with that family. And it was amazing. We went to college basketball games together, different high school games, the Seattle Sonics. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. And that family became my teammates, my teamwork about what that was all about and what it meant to me. So we're going to talk a little about what is a good teammate. How do you become teamwork oriented? And I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not about how many points you score. It's not about all the stats. You can take the stats and you can throw them out the door. You know what's important? It's how you win and also how you lose. And sometimes you learn a lot more about an individual when you've just lost a tough game than when you have won in a blowout. And I'm going to break this down. So you win. Everyone's fine. Everyone's happy. Everyone's excited. Everyone is just joyous. And you think to yourself, hey, this is cool. You know what? Everyone's on the same page. We all love the coach. We all love our teammates. But what happens the first time you are challenged? You are challenged with adversity. Then what happens? You start pointing the finger. Oh, the coach. Hey, my teammate, this guy shoots too much. All these things come out. And it's ugly, and it's not a good look. So what do? I'll tell you exactly what you do. You look in the mirror, and you hold yourself accountable. It's called responsibility, and it's called accountability, and it's called, looking in the mirror and understanding this is on me. I own this. So when there's a play that goes haywire, when there is a situation on the floor where something went wrong, okay? You get back to that huddle during a timeout. And I don't want to hear, hey, he did it. No. How can we make this better? How can we make our improvement with our team? And if you've got a beef with a player, you don't understand what's going on with the coach, you don't call that individual out in public. You do it behind closed doors. You got a question? The coach is always willing to listen. The players are always, these guys are your teammates. They're in the bunker with you. They're in the trenches. They want to win just as badly as you do. But those are things you bring up one-on-one behind closed doors. And you know, I think communication is very important. It's called teamwork. It's called selflessness. It's called the opportunities to have an ability to come together. To me, that's what teamwork is all about. So again, I thank you for your time. I appreciate your time, and I wish you all the best. And just remember this, life is not a straight line. There are going to be a lot of hiccups in your world. And whether those hiccups come and a storm happens in another 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, those storms are around the corner. And just like a basketball game, when you're up by 18 and all of a sudden a team makes a run and you're down by 4 with 18 seconds to go, things happen in life. So be prepared for those. And the best way of being prepared for those is understanding that we're all in this together. I certainly hope and pray that you will take your life, and it's a gift, and you will paint this beautiful canvas into a journey of wonderful things that will happen from this point on. Thank you very much. I wish you well. God bless you, and enjoy the rest of your night.
The Hobart Brickies and Coach Michael Brown are proud to nominate Max Jancic. Coach Brown says Max is a good candidate for the award because of his work ethic and passion for success in everything he does. He's hardworking, selfless, and loyal. He brings a winning mindset to everything he does. He leads by example in the classroom and on the court. Max is always setting the example by how hard he works in school and how he treats other people. He will be extremely successful in whatever he chooses to pursue. His work ethic and passion for success will guide him. Max plans on studying engineering after high school.
At our October 1999 meeting, the Sportsmanship Dinner Committee voted to institute a Scholarship and Leadership Award. The 9 nominees in this year's class are, collectively, one of the finest groups the committee has seen in the history of this award. I feel compelled, given all the negativity reported on today's youth, to report the following. All 9 nominees have a grade point average in excess of 3.7. All have won numerous varsity letters. 7 are multi-sport athletes, and they are all leaders at their respective schools. You can't help but be impressed by the high quality and exceptional caliber of these student athletes. The committee had a difficult decision given the quality of the candidates. Tonight's scholarship recipient has been a 3-year varsity basketball player, 2-time track and field MVP, and is a co-captain of this year's basketball team. A member of the National Honor Society, he also finds time to serve his community, his church, and fellow students as an active member of multiple organizations. When asked about this young man, his coach said, "If someone were to tell me that my freshman son would grow to become this person, my wife and I would be the happiest parents alive." He excels scholastically with a GPA of 4.3 and a 4.0 scale, and is a Lilly Foundation Scholarship finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, the Northwest Indiana Sportsmanship Committee's 2021 Scholarship and Leadership Award goes to Jacob Usman from Crown Point High School. Jacob, I look forward to presenting to you in person the plaque you have earned. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank the NWI Sportsmanship Committee for continuing this tradition. Any chance to recognize some of the best the region has to offer is something we're all proud to be a part of. Though we chose a select few tonight, we celebrate everyone that helps the region grow and passes on the grace and dignity of sportsmanship in all they do.
As an athlete, not too far removed from where you young athletes are today, I'd like to ask you to not take anything for granted. Make the most of what you have, appreciate and respect the game and each other, hold these values true, and you can never go wrong. And remember to ask yourself, where can this game take me?
Before we close, I'd like to thank my fellow committee members, especially Tom Carroll, for his technical expertise. I'd also like to thank our patrons and, most importantly, our corporate sponsors. And I look forward to seeing you all again in person next year in 2022 at the Halls of St. George.